Peace, love and light to you all, family. Welcome to another YouTube video with me, your host, Mathics. Now, today is Friday. Today is a beautiful Friday morning. It's the second day in the month of June 2023. And so this morning I'm quickly gonna give a quick one. I know I always say quick in my video and then it ends up being 20-30 minutes long. So today I really have to, because I have to go to work. In fact, I haven't even picked my outfit yet. I just threw something on for the sake of this video. So today I'm going to be talking about the ego. I'm going to be talking about the ego and clarify, because this is something that you're going to come across on this journey. It's impossible for you not to come across matters that have to do with the ego. So here on this channel, I like to clarify things for you, so so that I can aid you on your journey when you walk, so things that can be a little bit easier. Now, is the ego good or bad? In fact, now what is the ego? Okay, so the ego is the persona. The ego is who or what you think you are, or who or what you actually are in this matrix, in this hologram, in this movie, in this realm. So your name, the person who you identify as, I'm Mathics, you are, that's you, that's the ego. So we are a collective, right? We are a collective, we are of one source. Now, this is according to the 7 Hermetic laws. The first law being mentalism, which is all is mind and everything in the universe is mental. So if we live in a mental universe, it means that all the stars, the galaxies, all the nebula, all the grains of sand, every little thing, every creature, from an ant to a whale, all these things are mental projections from this mind, from this divine mind of God, and all is God expressing itself as those things. So now let's take it to us as humanity. We as humans are not necessarily a step above everything else in creation, just that now we are self-aware creatures. Now that's what makes us divine. That's what separates us from the animals, from the mineral kingdom to the animal kingdom, and then you get the human kingdom, and then there's everything above, the godly levels. So we are self-aware. We can reflect on ourselves, on our actions. So that's what makes us gods on earth. Whereas we become conscious creator, and we have what is called individuality. We are individualized, and that individualization, that is the ego. The ego is that aspect of you that makes you you. So it cannot be bad. So the ego is the individualization aspect of you. It's what makes you you here. So on certain experiences that one will have, you'll have something called ego dissolution, or what they call ego death. Now, I don't want to identify with that claim, because when I think about it from an African perspective, it's not really so much an ego death, but an ego birth. When people experience deep psychedelic states, or they have some kind of awakening, they tend to call that thing an ego death. Oh, I took 6 grams of mushrooms and I had an ego death. Oh, I did this and I had an ego death. It's not an ego death. It's an ego birth. Because if you think about it really, I heard a great teacher recently, Tau Haramanuba, say this. Amazing. I would love to meet that man one day. I'm going to meet that man one day. I will meet you, sir. The ego is the self. It's the person. So, Yena, which is the root word in Yena, which is the name. So, Yena, who that person is, that person's identity. So, igama lakho buyena, who you are. And I would take it as far as to say that igama, the name, igama means name in Zulu. I would go as far as to say that igama, and this is just maybe because also I'm a poet, but I'll also take it as far as to say that igama, your name, igama, is also your karma. Literally, because Who you are, your name carries a certain vibration on who you will be. That's why it's important what you call your child, or what you name people, or what you call them, because that name is a sound, it's a vibration, and vibrations carry certain harmonic frequencies that align a person to a certain destiny or to a certain path. Every time you call that person's name, Dikeledi, tears, you're calling on tears. Njabulo, that person is happy. My name is Tahato. That's the name my mother gave me when I was born. When I asked her, I said, why did you name me Tahato? She said, because I was very happy when you were born. Tahato means laughter and joy. And all my life, people have always told me, yo, dude, you're such a funny guy. Oh man, like whenever you walk in the room, you bring such light. I'm like, damn, maybe it is the name. It carries that vibration. So that's the identity. So how can it be bad? How can my ego be bad? So let me explain to you why they say that. So, Haramanuba Gera Arbare, the name Yena, it's the essence of Yena. It's who that person is. So when you go into deep states, what people are actually calling an ego death is nothing but the ego being broadened or expanding and seeing something that it is not used to, because the ego on the broader perspective of things is a child. It's more like of a child that is growing, but this child is so familiar with the known, with the comfortable things, that when now it gets introduced into realms of no time and space, it freaks out. And that's why people tend to go crazy. I'm not used to this, because what they are walking into is the unknown. The whole purpose or point of creation is for God to self-individualize and self-actualize. In the great Hermetic teachings, they speak about how when God had this divine idea, thought, when the forces of creation left the upper realms, the upper state of the highest vibration, the mindset was of a collective nature. And the lower we came into the material universe, that collective, what they call monads, oversouls, they began to multiply. And in the lowest of realms, we even went from a state of being hermaphrodite or androgynous being, meaning you had both male and female in you. And once upon a time, humanity was at that state eons ago where we were androgynous. We had both male and female within one. And then the lower we came into the depths of matter, into ultra matter, the frequency, the vibration began to slow down. Whereas now we separated, and now we could see things from a slow down perspective of male over there and female over there, although they are one and the same, just that the vibration has slowed down. Just like when you slow down a spinning tire, or of a bicycle, you see the individual spokes. But when the tire spins faster, you can't see it all becomes one thing. So in the highest of places, the spinning was so fast that it all looked like one, or in fact it all was one. But as it slowed down, you can see now the different individualization. And that individualization was actually the divine project or the divine works, where God would now come to self-actualize. So what left the heavens as a collective returns to the creator, but now it returns with the individualized aspects of God self-actualized. So your personality, your persona is what you are taking back. It's your gift. It's your gift. You who you are, that's your gift. That's what you take with you. So the ego, when they speak about, the ego, the ego is this evil thing that's afraid of dying. Oh no, it's because it doesn't know that it doesn't die, that it is immortal. As I said, it is a child that you teach, or that you are teaching about the great unknown. So you are a parent to it. So it must know about the unconscious self. That's why it is important to do shadow work, to do all these magical rituals, because what you do is you introduce the ego into these higher realms of magic. You introduce the ego, the self, into these higher states. You introduce it into this world that you yourself are familiar with as a soul, as a divine spark that has always existed. You bring this new thing, this gift, and you say, Bowena, it's eternal. Bowena, it's infinite. You don't die. So it is not evil. So what people experience as an ego death, it's not a death so much. It's just that now the ego, when it comes into these higher vibrational states, it all of a sudden sees like, oh, I'm really not just myself. I'm really not just this thing where I'm like in my room. Oh, I'm broke. Oh no, all these things are happening to me. Oh no. That which you feel as me, you, that is the temporary state that allows you to play in the movie. Because without the ego, there's no, you can't come here. You need a role, you need a script. You need a script, so the ego is the script written for you. Like, okay, when are you going to act as John Magagula? When are you going to act as Sarah? You're going to be based in Austria. Okay, you're going to be Thabo. We're going to place you in South Africa. You're going to be, okay, no. We're not going to put you in this timeline. We'll put you in 1,000 years. Your energies will be needed there much more. Because certain people in your soul tribe will be born then. Yeah, this would be a useless incarnation. Okay, cool. You see, it's roles that we are playing. But in each role, what you add to your oversoul or what you add to the broader thing is each experience. So each incarnation that you have, you add to the bigger you who you are. You add to the bigger vastness of who you are. Your personality is much bigger than just this mere aspect of you. So when you go into these states, what the ego actually sees is that it's not dying. It's seeing a broader thing that it is not used to. Because every day in church, you're always being told about Buddha, Jesus, Krishna. There are these people who are outside, they're coming to save you. And they are the only ones who are one with God. And now in these mystical experiences, you are the one that realizes that, oh my word, I'm the one who's one with God. I am it and it is me. And then now that me aspect becomes nervous. Because when I ask you, what's your name? Two things are going to happen. You're going to say, my name is, right? So you're going to say, I am. You tell me your name. When I ask someone else, who are you? I am. There's two things happening. The I is the primary. The I is the universal, eternal thing that you've always been. It is what took on what you're going to say after the I. So who are you? I. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. I is the 9th letter in the alphabet and 8 is the sign of infinity. So the I is the one that stands beyond infinity. It is the 9. It is infinite. It always comes back to itself. I. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 7 is 9. 18 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. When you take the answer of anything you times by 9, it always adds back to 9. So 9 times 3, 27, 7 plus 2 is 9. So the I always comes back to itself. So you're going to say, I am, then you give me your name. The name is what you come into. The name is what you are playing out. You are acting that. So all of us have something in common. The I and I. That's why in the Rasta community, it's the I, which says that the I in me recognizes the I in you, the divine actor. The divine act, that which makes us one. But the ego is important because it is what allows us for us to recognize that we are one in the illusion of separation. So the ego is what creates the great separation. The ego is the veil that, oh, you are you, I am me. And that is important. That is divinely important because the ego is what allows for God to study itself. And now in God being able to now study itself, it learns things about itself in a realm where it would not have been possible to do so in the high vibrational state. So that's why humanity took on the great journey. It took on the task to come into the realms of matter, to spiritualize matter, because it said that matter, this lower vibration, this dense materiality, represents the opposite polarity. Remember, there's the law of correspondence, which means that if there's an aspect of God that is all knowing and all powerful, then there has to be a polar opposite aspect to that, which is all ignorant. So we are the children, we are the prodigal child that came into the aspect of God that is represented by matter, the all ignorance, to bring light into the darkness, the light of Prometheus, to spiritualize death, to overcome death, because death is ignorance of self-knowledge. So we came to the yin side of God's mind, because there's the yin and the yang. So that would be the light, and we came to the yang side. But to come to the yin side, to come to the dark side, you come as the light. And that aspect which spiritualizes this, which participates in depth, in anger, in jealousy, in love, in laughter, that's the ego. The ego is the one that's going through all of this. So the ego, I did say it was going to be 10 minutes. Peace, love, and light to you all, family. Much love. I still want to go in so bad. Let's go. Let's do this.